Hello and welcome back to King Note Gaming. It is I, King Note, and usually in a speed build video I start from complete scratch, but everything is committing mutiny on my computer right now, and it didn't record hours worth of footage. So, we're working on a very large area. The terraforming part's not as interesting, but I did make a new custom design, as you can see down here, but it's essentially just like how I made my other marble patterns, so it's not the biggest loss, but I'll show you on the map really quick. So, we are down at the bottom there, and that huge area where I'm at is going to be the university, so that's what we're building today. I just had to make this intro because my recording software, Streamlabs, literally did not record any of it. I was having issues because I was working on a 2D VTuber model. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And I thought the settings were messed up because of that, but no! It was because of a folder getting corrupted. Thankfully, none of my other footage was corrupted, but I've been having issues with that lately, and I'm very pissed off about it. But anyway, this very large area here is what we're working on. And yeah, there's the intro. Let's get into the actual build part. Alright, buckle in, because this is going to be a long video. Even with all of the footage I had missing, I still had, like, almost 4 hours of footage for this build. It is huge. It takes up a gigantic part of my map, which I showed in the beginning, and most of it is just, okay, I need to set up the infrastructure, and then we'll get into the actual decorating part. It took a lot of trial and error figuring out the spacing of this stuff, because I didn't make the cliffs as even as I thought they were going to be, and I end up going in right here and adjusting the size of the cliff in a little bit, because it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, because, you know, it just be like that sometimes. It does turn out in the end. I used way too many castle items and medieval building sides, but I love me a giant build, and I literally cut this down as close as I could without ruining video quality, and you see the timestamp. So, I'll try and think of things to talk about. This is going up on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to Americans who celebrate. I will be with family when this comes out, so, like, traveling. So I probably won't have a stream on the Friday after Thanksgiving, but that will be announced and everything, because I will probably be in the car on the way home at that point. But it's nice because, so my partner, I met him through working retail. I'm currently between jobs still for health reasons, but he actually got the Friday off, so we might be doing something too, who knows. Anyway, enough about my personal life, who cares about that? Yeah, this build is a university, and this is the second time I've done a university on an island. The first time was on my abandoned island of Lacrimosa, so this was a lot of fun to do again. Definitely one of my favorite types of builds to do is huge, ginormous builds that take up a large chunk of the map. My other favorite was my island of 404, where I made a walkable mall. I just love huge builds, what can I say? I like big builds, and I cannot lie. And the fact that I made that joke with a complete straight face is honestly a miracle. So, yeah. This first part is really sped up because literally, you see what I'm doing. I'm laying down castle walls on the edges of the cliffs, and that's like, this is all structural at this point. So, I guess I could talk about what I plan on getting up to with this channel now that the 3.0 update has been announced, and what my plans have changed because of that. Obviously, I'm trying very hard to finish Gavotte and my forever island of Fugue. When I'm recording this, I might already be done with Fugue, but we'll see. I'm also going to be building a lot on stream, So, yeah, once this comes out, hopefully I'll be done with my Forever Island and I won't have to touch it until the update, because I'm not going to be flattening again until the Resetti service is here, because that's going to make my life so much easier. But my other islands, I'm probably going to start working on them, which, if you saw the streams, I started an Arizona island, and my island of Fantasia, which is going to be like Cloud Core, Sweets, just an amalgamation of things. And it's my way of doing a winter island without making it wintry, because I don't like the winter. Fun fact, I hate winter. It is the worst season, in my opinion. I hate the cold. I'm not a big fan of the holiday season. Thanksgiving is good. I love Thanksgiving. I love me some good food. I hope everyone's safe this Thanksgiving. If you're seeing family that's unsafe, please protect yourself in any way that you can. I'm very lucky. I have a family that's very accepting and cool and chill, so that's good. But, stay safe. I have never really cared for Christmas. I mean, as a kid, yeah, of course, to an extent, but I've been in musical groups my whole life, choirs, orchestras, jazz band, etc. So I had my whole childhood, I had to rehearse Christmas music starting in October, which I have been doing since October this year, too, because I'm in a community symphony, and it takes a toll on you. I will tell you what, I hate Christmas music. I don't want to be like a negative Nelson all the time, but I just let me have this just for a little bit, because I mean, hearing Christmas music is bad enough, okay? It's everywhere. Mariah Carey is coming out of her cryonic state, and we're going to be hearing all of that everywhere anytime you shop. It's bad enough. But I have to rehearse Christmas music. I have to go once a week, and this doesn't include practicing if I do that. I have to go once a week and rehearse Christmas music for like 2 hours every week. So, forgive me if I don't care for it. Especially oh my god, so our symphony that I'm in, we have a very similar program every year because it's the big moneymaker. Everyone wants to go to the Christmas concert. We have Santa on stage, it's cute, it's a fun concert, whatever. But every year it's like, okay, let's do a sleigh ride. Let's do a sleigh ride. Let's do White Christmas. Let's do Christmas Festival, which is essentially just a medley of a whole bunch of Christmas carols. And I can play those pieces in my sleep. I can play them in my sleep. I've been in this group since 2016, and I can play all of this in my sleep. So, it's a good thing that I get, Starbucks when I go to rehearsals, because I will literally fall asleep. I will. Even though caffeine doesn't affect me like a normal person, I will still fall asleep at rehearsals. Anyway. Rant over. Christmas is fine. I just have a very biased opinion of it. Let's get back to the university here, huh? Let's get some fall vibes going on here, because that's what I'm doing here. I vastly underestimated the amount of items I would need for this build. I had to go and order a ton of stuff from my other island, over and over again. There's a lot of portions of this I didn't record where I was literally just going back and forth from my trading island and ordering millions of items. And it was mostly castle items and medieval items. Let me tell you that much. And the good news is, if I ever need them again, they will be on my trading island, because whenever I finish a dream address on an island, where I restart it, I will literally pillage the entire island and take everything. And I'm also very excited for that same reason for the storage upgrades in 3.0, because I'm gonna have a ton of player characters with 9,000 storage instead of 5,000. So I'll probably amass, a whole ton of items, especially with the Arizona island. That'll get me a lot of new items that I wouldn't have normally. It's gonna be wonderful. I'm gonna have so much space. And the castle towers really saved my butt in this, because Like, the spacing is so awkward, especially with the castle gates, because they're, like, an awkward spacing. I think they're, like, 3 instead of 2. So it just, you know. And also, decorative pillars really help, too. Helped with the awkward spacing a lot. Thank goodness for that. And another thing, okay, I don't expect this to come out in the update, but wouldn't it be great if you couldn't kick away custom designs once you get terraforming? So, like, once you get terraforming, they are locked to the tool where you put them down with the pathing. I know that'd be annoying for some people because they're really used to placing them down, you know, just from the custom design app. But what if there was a toggle where you could say, okay, I want my custom designs to be locked to terraforming, so you can't accidentally kick them away. Please, I need that, because every time I try and pick up one of these stupid building sides or whatever, and I kick away a pattern, I want to throw my controller. It makes me angry. That's another reason why I don't like doing live commentary with building, is because I am a sailor mouth when I do this. And I have nothing wrong with swearing, obviously. Like, I don't care. I'll occasionally swear in these videos, because I'm an adult. And these videos are made for other adults who play this game. I don't particularly want children on my channel. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I haven't interacted with them much, but occasionally on stream I'll get that one child that is clearly a child. I'm never mean, but I don't want them here, okay? So, yeah. I get so mad when the custom design just... why? I want it to be locked to terraforming as an option. That's a wish list item. It's probably not going to happen, but wouldn't it be great? Because I am sick of accidentally kicking tiles when I put something down. And now we're going to be moving to another day, because this build is a beast. A beast of a build. But we can finally start to see the actual structure of the building itself at this point. I like making, like, the little U-shape terraforming, so it has, like, room for multiple layers, but it still feels like a building, if that makes any sense. This little area here is going to become a classroom, and there's going to be a classroom on the opposite side of the terraforming as well, and then, like, stuff in the middle. But truly, the building, the castle items really made, like, giant builds like this so much better, because I'm pretty sure... with the, 100% with the mall on 404, I literally used bookcases backwards, which, 1.0 was the Dark Ages, which is funny to say because 2.0 gave us, like, castle items, but it's still so much more, it feels more civilized than having to use, like, a bajillion simple panels and bookshelves to make structures, you know what I'm saying? So... that's a lot better already. And now it's time to move on to a custom design, or a couple of them. I didn't include a few custom designs in this build, mostly because one of them, the footage didn't even record, and the other one was, I was trying to make a custom design for those umbrellas on the bistro tables, but I couldn't figure out how to make them look nice on there, so I just didn't even include this. But here, we're making the couple of banners for the university itself. The university is called Raven University, so I drew a little raven mascot here, which I think turned out really cute. It's a pretty simple design. Circle tool, once again, circle tool supremacy. I struggled so hard on that R to make it look nice. I think I was tired too. I do a lot of this stuff when I am exhausted, because I'm chronically exhausted, and also, like, way later at night than I probably should be recording this stuff, but it is what it is. The R turned out great. I think the art turned out really nice. And then I'm adding some more shading and, like, adding in the wing. I went back and forth a lot with this one, as always. It's never perfect the first time you do it, that is not, you know, how humans work. We're imperfect, right? So, yeah, the shading on the wing was kind of rough for a while there, but I turned it around eventually. And then I went in and made a second banner design that's a lot more simplistic. It's just the black and purple with Raven U's initials on it, just as a secondary banner design. And I like that one a lot too. I think they both turned out very nice and legible, which is important for a design like this. And I ended up using this one a lot more. I thought about making it like a transparent little banner thing, but then I decided against it because I was going to put it on the design banner thingies. And now we're back to the build itself. I had to customize a ton of items with Reese and Cyrus. I always joke at this point in the game, I'm pretty sure that I spend most of my money, I mean other than ordering items, just recoloring objects over and over again. That's like the biggest thing I do in this game now, because I will, again, harvest items from another island, but oh, the new island that I'm making is a completely different color scheme, so I wonder how many times I've recolored like a specific item at this point. It's kind of a weird thing, but a fun thing to think about, because it feels like I'm recycling, you know? Reduce the amount of items spawned in, or whatever. I don't know. I'm just being silly. I'm just saying words, because I need to say words, so this video isn't entirely just silent, because I don't know. I prefer my speed builds with someone yakking in it, because I'm like halfway paying attention to the video when I'm doing other things. So I try to cater to my own sense of what I like to do, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, there are a lot of very good people on here on YouTube that make really beautiful builds, but they're just music and text, and I don't personally care for that. I think the builds are fantastic and I like those creators, but that's a big reason why I do voiceovers, is because I personally prefer it. I don't care if you mute the video. Like, literally put me on whatever time speed and mute me. I don't really care. You watch videos how you want to. But yeah, I personally prefer the touch of a human person speaking. If that makes any sense, which it should. And we're getting really close to finally being done with just the structure of the university. My lord, this took so long, and I literally edited this down as much as I physically could, because this process took hours and hours and hours. But we're almost there. Almost figured out the structure. I'll probably include a timestamp in the description if you want to just get on to the point of me actually putting in the actual, like, classroom stuff. Because I can't blame anyone for not wanting to watch through all of this, but I feel like I want to yak, and it's... If you're a real one and you want to watch all of this, yeah. What else can I go on about? So, I don't know what I want to do after I finish Gavotte, because I have 4 big switches. One of them is my Forever Island, and then the 2 other ones are Gila, my Arizona-themed island, and then Fantasia, which is my... I can't even say the theme in, like, a couple of words. It's so many things. I gotta, like, think of a name for it. But it's just, like, Cloudcore, Fantasy, Sweets, Island. It's such a clunky name. I gotta think of something better so I can just describe it faster. Anyway, but after I finish Gavotte, I'll have a free Switch, which it won't be for a while after I finish it, mostly because, you know, I gotta harvest all these items and whatnot. But I don't even have any themes I want to work on at this point. I guess I could bring back Heron. Honestly, by the time I finish this island, I feel like I'll want to bring back Heron, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. I don't want to start a new island from scratch that badly, and poor Heron has been languishing on one of my Switch lights. For new people here, Heron is my island based on the Miyazaki film, or Ghibli film, Boy and the Heron, which, when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I need to make an island based on this. One of my first islands I made in this game was based on Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, which is my favorite Miyazaki film to this day. So, when I saw Heron, I'm like, oh, I can make an island based on his first film and his final film. As far as we know, Miyazaki is very known to come out of retirement out of nowhere, so that's not a guarantee yet. But, as far as we know now, Boy and the Heron is his final film, so it'd be kind of cool to do that bookend thing, and that's what I was thinking when I started making it. Plus, I really like all the Japanese-themed stuff, all the Zen furniture and whatnot. And I made an entrance build for Heron, and then I scrapped it again, so, you know. That's probably what I'm gonna do once I finish Gavotte. It'll be fun to have a summer island when it's not summer, because I am just feeling it right now. I am not going to work on my Forever Island throughout the winter. I'll probably do, like, gameplay on it, though, because I do need to get a lot of the, like, winter DIYs and stuff, because, again, I hate playing in the winter. That's probably, statistically, the point when I just put down New Horizons for a few months. Like, every year, it feels like. So that might be fun. I might do some Let's Plays on Fugue for that. But yeah, here we are. We're starting to put in where the classrooms are. There's still a little bit more structural stuff that I put in, but I'm kind of feeling out where I want the classrooms to be. And this is definitely a classroom area. As you can see here, I'm putting out the den desks, which I think look really nice, and the podium, and the whiteboard and whatnot. I'm just feeling out the space right now because I added more structure, because obviously I want some more separation between the classrooms and other rooms in this build, but I'm just kind of feeling out where I want things to be. Mostly the lecture hall benches I think look really good. I'm going for like a darkwood kind of look, like old university kind of thing. Kind of like Cambridge or some of the other older universities in Europe, that kind of a vibe. Europe/UK. Just, it feels like this used to be a castle and it was repurposed as a university, which is kind of what I'm going for here, I guess. But it just looks nice. I like it. I like the black and white vibes going on here. Now I'm starting to actually put in the structure for the classrooms so they all like fit together. I do change this one around a little bit too, but you're getting the basic idea here. I wanted all of the areas to feel like their own separate rooms, so I'm adding a lot more castle walls and a lot more castle gates. But I'm so glad we have these items. I'm so excited to see what kind of stuff like this we get for the 3.0 update. Because, man, I want some other walls. I like building giant builds, so I want more walls, please. Please, Nintendo, I want walls. But, anyway, this little middle section here is going to be, like, bathrooms, and obviously here I'm like, that's not big enough. So, I like the idea of having, like, a little central area being just a couple of bathrooms, because you gotta have bathrooms in a university. You can't... With the amount of caffeine and whatever that college students have in general, you can't not have bathrooms. I know, I was a college student once. And, I mean, pretty much any building has to have bathrooms, so... And the bathroom stalls work really well. I end up using the plain sink in a different color here, but it's the basic idea. We have 2 bathrooms. And then here I'm slightly rearranging the classroom, the biology classroom specifically. I love the glowing mass jar shelves. I think they are just chef's kiss. I have no notes. I love using them. They're very, like, science-y, but they're also very mad science-y. Or just witchy, so they have a lot of good uses in general, and of course I have to have the skeleton and the anatomical model at the front of the biology classroom. And then this part's fun. I add in a whole bunch of just like books on the tables, little tiny things. I had to do a lot of shuffling around the furniture because it's such a small space. And it was pretty annoying to put those benches back in because they're in such a shallow area, but the potted plant starters are such a good item too. I love using them, and this is perfect for a biology classroom, learning about genetics and plants and Gregor Mendel. I'm sure at this point it'll be more advanced than like that kind of biology lesson, but still, like, I love biology. It's one of my favorite subjects as a kid. I love Punnett squares. If a game features any kind of genetic system in it, I am obsessed and down. While I'm recording this, I'm actually playing the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which has an insane genetic system. So, you know, it truly be like that. And The Sims, mostly The Sims 2, because The Sims 2 has the best genetic system in the franchise. And I was thinking, actually, about doing some Sims 2 content, not Sims 4, because, yeah, needless to say, EA can choke. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't want to get too political in here, but yeah, EA can choke. So I want to play some Sims 2, you know? I own the complete version on the Mac, and yeah, I want to play that. Adding some nice little outer touches now. I changed the bench layout a little bit, but I do like that a lot. But yeah, comment down below if you'd want to see some Sims 2 content, because I was obsessed with that game as a child. I still love it. It is so fun. I want to get more into modding that game, because I just barely scratched the surface with mods in that game. And I love The Sims 2, and I love doing, like, legacy files / experiments / craziness. That, you know, talking about biology just got me on a rant here, but now we're getting into the library, which I love the little library area. I think it turned out super cute as well. Got a little study area over here. The large magazine racks. I'm so glad the wood of the large magazine rack and the bookshelves match, because if it didn't match that well, I'd be a mildly upset. Mildly perturbed, we'll put it that way. And then, of course, the box sofas with the corner, so you can have, like, a nice little area where you can still sit, and it's still pretty compact. Good stuff. But here you can see, like, the structure of the whole thing is coming together swimmingly, and it feels like you're actually going into different rooms instead of just, you know, it being a big open area. I did the same thing on Lacrimosa, which I probably mentioned earlier. This is a different day when I'm recording, because I tend to start recording at a time when I'm getting really tired. That's just my life in general. I'm like, oh, I should do this, and then I start to get tired. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Also, okay, now that those have dropped, I am so happy that the Moroccan set has purple, and it's a good shade of purple. I've been talking with a friend of the channel, Lizette, about that recently, and my god, the purples are inconsistent in this game. That's another thing we need more of, please. We need more purple items, just in general. Could you imagine? I doubt they'd do this. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but could you imagine if they added more color swatches to previous items for the 3.0 update? I would pee myself, okay? Listen, we need more color variety of items, we need more color matching of items, we need more color variants of items. I want more things in purple, okay? That's what I ask for. At least with the newer items, there is a higher chance that they'll have better swatches. I'm hoping. But could you imagine if they added in purple swatches for everything? That would be great. Also, can we please have more purple flowers? Can we please have more blue flowers? Can we have pink pansies? Listen, if you've watched this channel before, if you've been to the streams, you know how I feel about pink pansies. We need them. I miss them. Where did they go? Why were they only in the first game? Why do we not have pink pansies? I feel like just in general, I don't understand why certain flowers only have certain colors and then others have different colors, and we have an inconsistent mess of colors of flowers, and then you want to make a flower field that's a rainbow. It feels inconsistent. Okay? That would be great. Highly doubt it. I doubt they're going to change anything about the flower system at this point, because it's already complicated enough, but I can dream. A man can dream. I can dream of pink pansies. And then we have this little music section here, which I love as well. I always love using music items. I mean, my name is Note, for goodness sake. Short for musical note, if you didn't catch on. I went to college for music theory. I have to use my degree somehow. Like, okay, I have a really funny story related to that. So I used to work at this grocery store, and we had these coupon printers that were the worst thing ever, because if they were out of anything, they would make a constant rhythmic beeping sound. And I asked I was a trainer there, I asked one of my managers, like, hey, do we have any more of the ink for the Catalina coupon printer? Because it's driving me and my trainees insane, because it keeps beeping. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're out, we'll order more though. And I'm like, damn. So I was listening to this rhythmic beeping literally for like half a shift, and I figured out exactly what tempo it was. If you don't know anything about music theory or reading music, this will make no sense to you, but a tempo, in the plainest terms, is how fast you play the music, right? So allegro is the term for fast, and they're like different BPMs, right? So like 120 BPM would be allegro. I was listening to this beeping so long, I was like thinking about it in my head. I literally pulled out my phone and used my metronome app to tap out, because I'm like, this feels like Andante, which is like kind of slow. Like, it's like a medium kind of tempo. And I literally tapped it out on my phone, and it was Andante. Like, that's that's how I've been using my music degree. I was able to figure out the tempo of a machine being annoying. Isn't that incredible? Truly. I'm glad I don't have perfect pitch, though. Dear Lord. Like, the people who have perfect pitch are absolutely just tortured daily, because they can tell when something's out of tune immediately, and tell exactly what note it is, and I don't have that, thank goodness. I have really good relative pitch, though, and that's mostly because I've been tuning my violin forever. I think I started tuning my violin in junior high. I've been playing since I was 4, so I'm 31, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. So I can tell you when A440 is being played, because that's the standard concert tuning pitch. I can hear A440 and know it immediately. And then from there I can tell the, distance between A440 and then D, my next string, all of that. And just like me, I talked right over the math classroom because I hate math, so that's on brand. I wasn't even really paying attention to the build, not gonna lie. But oh my god, the biology classroom I am obsessed with. That and the music area, my two favorites. I love the library too, absolutely love the library. But here I'm kind of like shuffling things around a little bit. And now I'm putting in the last little finishing touches, and now enjoy the outro, aka what I like to call the beauty shots of the build. And thank you so much for watching. This was a long one. It was a really fun build to make. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.